Yo, what is going on YouTube? Another Ben Hamon video here we got for you today. As you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about Marvel Rivals in the State of Marvel Rivals Season 2. I wanted to give it some time before I made this video, but I could tell pretty much from the first day, maybe the second, what was going on, but I did want to give it a chance. So I know I haven't made a video in a while, and you know, it's just, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't had fun on Marvel Rivals at all. I did get some wisdom teeth pulled. I had 2 wisdom teeth pulled a couple weeks ago, so I really couldn't make any videos for like a week after that. But after that, I was not having fun on Marvel Rivals. And I got some gameplay from a couple weeks ago, one of my ranked games, kind of where I popped off, got MVP as Thor. But you know, let's talk about it. Some huge changes happened for season 2. A lot of changes for ranked, a lot of changes for balances. We got a new hero, we got a new map, we got a lot of changes. Let's start with the big one, ranked. They changed how ranked points are gained. They went to performance-based points as opposed to basically what happened before. It was based on your win-loss, or like your current win streak or loss streak, and then it was also based on if you won or lost. That basically decided how many points you lost or gained. So and then as you went higher up in the ranks, you started gaining less SR. But in general, most everyone on the team, as long as they were pretty similar in win-loss, everyone gained and lost the same. Now, people on your team are gaining more, some are gaining less, some are gaining somewhere in the middle. Some people are losing a lot of points. Some people aren't gaining a whole lot of points. So I don't know if you guys ever played Overwatch back in the day, but back in the day, they tried this system. And it turns out performance-based SR, or, ELO gains and losses for a hero shooter, which is entirely dependent on your team, entirely dependent on what role you're playing, they realized that it was a bad idea and removed it pretty shortly after they introduced it. And that's because different roles get different points. In this system, it appears the only thing that matters to how much ELO you gain or lose is the amount of final hits you have. Alright, so while I was making this video, the devs had not released the blog on how the new rank or competitive performance points works yet. They have now since done that, so I was wrong in saying it looked like it counted for final hits. Nope. Instead, it is worse. We have here, hero performance rating is calculated based on the average key combat data for that hero at the player's current rank. That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Basically, if your average tank player is doing their job, not dying, holding space, putting out decent damage numbers, they're now being penalized for that because the people skewing the data, popping off as tanks, which happens quite a bit, but it's not normal. It does happen, but it's not the normal. Your normal tank player will not get as much damage, will not get as many KOs, will not get as many final hits as a DPS player. So the tanks that do that skew the data, so now we're getting less points because of that. So just wanted to point that out. Once again, performance-based elo points does not work for a hero shooter because it is a team game. It is not Call of Duty. You do not get points for hard carrying your fucking team. You don't get points for not hard carrying. You shouldn't lose it. It's a team-based game. You win as a team, you lose as a team. So I think they need to go back to the old elo system, and just make it more punishing for losses in general. You know, you lose the same, you gain the same, no matter what rank you're in. I think that would really solve any issues that people have. Rank inflation, if you think that's real, which I think could be real, but it's not as blown out. It's blown out of proportion on how real it was season 1.5. You know, it fixes that, and then also makes it so, you know, you just have to get better to climb. If you're not, I don't know. Not a good system. So we'll get back into the other video. So this greatly benefits DPS players because generally they have the most final hits in a match. It punishes everyone else in the game in ranked for playing the role how it's supposed to be played. How do you judge how well a tank does? Is it damage blocked? Is it how many KOs they got? Is it how many assists they got? Is it how many final hits they got? It's deaths. If your tank doesn't die, he did his job. He's literally doing his job. If he is taking space and not dying, he is doing his job. Because him not dying makes it so the other team is not allowed to take space. So tanks that just don't die and maybe don't get the flashiest gameplay, not like this one. You know, this one I pop off. I had the most final KOs in the lobby. I had the most KOs in the lobby. I think I was pretty close to highest damage too. You know, obviously you get a lot of points for that. I think I got like 40 elo points for this. In other games where I'm playing main tank, you know, like Magneto, Strange, Emma. Well, we'll talk about Emma. And I don't play flashy. I don't get a lot of KOs, but I just stay alive like I'm doing here. You know, I'm just playing my life. You don't get a lot of elo. Support is literally fucked. And people can argue and say, well, you know, I did this on support, I did this on support. At the end of the day, your role is to heal. And if you're healing and your team's killing and you're not getting KOs, you're not getting final hits of support, you're not getting points, even if your team won. So yes, there are times where, you know, support pops off and they get a lot of KOs and then they get a lot of points. That's not normal though. That is not normal. The system is benefiting DPS only. And I made my alt account to learn DPS better, but I'm still not that great at DPS because my mechanical skill is not that great. You know, I'm diamond at best at DPS, and even then there's a lot of times I get freaking rolled in those lobbies as a DPS player. Tank, you know, I think I'm pretty high level. You know, I'm not an Eternity player. I'm not a high Celestial player. I'm definitely not top 500. But I can definitely hold my own as tank. You know, I can put myself out there and, you know, and that's just because tank doesn't require as much mechanical skill. And my game knowledge, my positioning, you know, my game sense makes up for the mechanical skill that I lack. So, you know, but that's just problem one with Marvel Rivals right now. Number two for me is the tank meta change. And basically, if Emma Frost is on the field and they are somewhat decent or a normal average player, you get your ass kicked on tank if you're not playing Emma Frost. It is a broken character. Way more broken than any other hero they've ever released. I mean, it is obnoxious to play against her. I don't have fun playing her. I don't know why. She's a tempo tank, right? She's kind of like Ramantra was in Overwatch, or is. He can go from poke damage and then quickly switch to into brawl based on what's happening, on the battlefield, right? And that's basically what Emma does. She does mostly poke damage, and then when she needs to, she switches to brawl. Um, she's just better at brawling than any other tank in the game. She's better than the Thing. She's better than Thor. She's better than Hulk. I mean, it's obnoxious to play against, And sure, yeah, maybe I can't play Thor for the rest of my life as a one-trick pony, and that's fine. I play plenty more characters than Thor. But having a tank that can main tank and then also destroy your 1v1 off tanks that are supposed to win 1v1s, and having a main tank that can do both at the top level as the best tank. They can be the best off tank, they can be the best main tank, they can be the best solo tank. It's just not fun to play against. I don't like it. In this game they're playing Emma, and I kind of give them the rundown, but that's just because our team was just better. It wasn't because characters, but equally skilled players. The Emma's going to win, and it's really, I don't find that fun. Continuing on to tank, they buffed the shit out of as tank buster heroes. I mean, Wolverine's not as good as he was. I mean, he's still obnoxious. A good Wolverine will still destroy you if you don't play carefully around him. But the buff to Iron Fist literally deletes a tank in like under 2 seconds if that tank's not getting healed. And there is no escape. Unless you're Emma Frost and you just chokeslam him. That's your only option. And even then, he can just get right back up. His cooldown lasts so freaking long for his little speed punch that it just makes it ridiculous. Even if you chokeslam him and kick him to your back line, he's right back there deleting your health, and he still has the fast punches going on. So it's just, I mean, they buffed the shit out of the Human Torch, the Human Vape. They it's it's kind of funny. He deletes tanks. Hawkeye literally like 2 or 3 shots some tanks with lower health. Like, it's insane. There are so many tank buster heroes now. It just makes playing tank not fun. Luckily, Bucky is like nowhere to be seen because he's just not that great in this meta right now, which is a pretty similar meta to what we had every other season. It's still a poke meta. It's not a dive meta, like a lot of the supports say. We'll get into that, but it's still a poke meta, and it's very obnoxious for tanks right now because they just get deleted. Speaking of support, a lot of them will tell you it's a dive meta right now. It's a dive, and it's not. Dive is still very easily counterable in this game. I have many games doing it. The anti-dive heroes only got better this season. They did not get worse. Most of the dive heroes did not get better this season, so there's zero reason that you should not be able to handle dive. I understand low elo, it's hard to handle dive in low elo, because in low elo, the key to anti-dive, well, not in any elo, the key to anti-dive is mechanical skill. It is having good mechanical skill. If you don't have good mechanical skill, it's very hard to counter dive, which is why at low elo, dive is very, prominent and can easily be, dominate those lobbies. But in mid to high elo, once people start hitting most of their shots, they have over 50% accuracy, dive is very hard to pull off. Especially with the Namor turret. I mean, the Gamma turret, like, that thing is just an infinite laser beam of death. Very annoying to play against. So it just it but supports, there's this whole support strike going on. I don't know how much of that is true. I really haven't played. I've seen the posts on Twitter, I've seen them on Reddit. you know I've seen people just refusing, screenshots of people just refusing to play support. They go to their profile, and they see that they have 400 hours on freaking Luna Snow, and all of a sudden they're an Insalog DPS. A lot of people blame Necros, which I guess is, I mean, that's kind of funny. I mean, I don't know. If you take them seriously, I mean, that's on you. It is what it is. But um, I can understand the support strike when you guys get like fucking 13 elo points for a win, like sweating your ass off, fighting off dive the whole game, keeping your team alive, and you get a win and you only get like 13 points. Like, that's understandable. I can see why you're mad at that. Like, it's not fun. It's not fun being a key member of your team and you just, you get shafted for it. So I think that's a lot of the reasons why, Marvel Rivals just really is not that fun for me right now. I'm going to give it some more time. I'm going to play it a little more. I don't like solo queuing this season at all. Like, it's actually horrible. I think my win rate solo queue is like 45%. Just duo queuing, my win rate is at like 65, 70. Like, it's insane. I mean, there's zero reason for me to solo queue. I don't enjoy it. I don't have fun doing it. That's the point of me doing this, is to have fun. I like making videos. I like playing video games. So, if I'm not having fun, I'm just not going to do it. So, if you if you guys like Overwatch, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of videos on that. We got a lot of super cool content coming up. The new stadium mode, which is insane, especially with the launch, how they launched it. The games are just insane in that. It's a lot of fun, way different than normal Overwatch. I mean, you just have all kinds of cool stuff going on. You can build your heroes in all different cool ways. I mean, it's really fun just trying to figure out all the different builds, which is what's going to be good, what's not going to be good, And then the new hero Freya, crazy good. I'm a DPS main on Overwatch, mostly because I'm not high ranked in Overwatch. I'm silver gold, so I'm not very good at Overwatch. I mean, it is what it is. But I love playing. I love playing that new hero Freya. She's super good, crazy broken if you get the tech down right. So probably do a video on her, do a video on the new stadium mode. Hero bans in Overwatch now. So overall, we got some cool stuff coming out. I'll still be doing some Marvel Rivals content. I'm probably gonna do another hero tier list for season 2. I think a lot of people have already made their hero tier lists, and I think mine's going to be pretty different. I see a lot of heroes in A and B and S tier, and I don't think there's many S tier heroes. I don't think there's very many A tier heroes. I think there's a select few, and if your team's not playing those heroes, unless it's just a whole skill diff, you're getting rolled. So, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like down below. I would greatly appreciate it. It lets YouTube know you guys are enjoying the videos, and it helps push them out to more people like you guys that enjoy watching Marvel Rivals, Overwatch, hero shooter content. Let me know down in the comments what your guys' thoughts are in season 2 if you guys want to. Let me know, are you guys enjoying it? Are you not enjoying it? What changes would you like to see? Or just let me know if you think the game's in a good place and you don't think they need to change anything. And then if you guys want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button below. I'd greatly appreciate that. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers here in a few months. We're pretty far away, just started out, but I'm really trying to trying to make good content for you guys, stuff that you guys will watch, stuff that you guys will enjoy. So, um, but yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching that made it here this far, and I will see you in the next one.